Yeah, great.
It's good music. Good
Mm-hmm.
music.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's a Brazilian music.
yes,
Seu
it's very good.
Jorge.
Yeah. If you don't mind, we would like to start for
Okay.
our meetup session. Okay.
Boogie's 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 Boogie's. Ah. Okay. All
Okay.
right.
That's good.
All
So
pumped up.
let me ask in Russian also. So can I start? Можно мне начать? Can I start?
Sure.
Sure. Okay. Yes.
Хорошо.
Хорошо. Okay.
Valeu,
Let me.
valeu.
Yes. 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 Let me share my screen.
Show it to
Okay.
us.
Okay. 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 Sorry. Okay. So good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining to our session. Every time, before I'm just starting for our meetup session with showing some interesting and very attractive places of our lovely city, which is called City of Winds. It's Yanardağ in Azerbaijani language, which means burning mountain. All the time, throughout the year, this mountain is burning. So when you are in Baku, just visit this place, and I strongly believe that you will enjoy this place. Okay, um, just a minute. Just a minute. Sorry. Okay. Today's speaker is Oz du Soleil from USA, who is Excel MVP, and he will be talking about Camtasia, and I hope he will give the necessary and more information about himself in next minutes. And then our next speaker is Marco Russo, who will be talking about Vertepark engine, and it will be a little bit in different format, like live question and answer session. And before 1 week, before starting the meetup, I will share all the links with you, and you will be able to prepare all your questions regarding this topic. And then during the meetup session, we'll have a live question and answer session. And I hope you will join this session too. And after Marco Russo, we'll have a Persian girl who lives in USA and whose name is Shabnam Watson. And she will be talking about beginner's guide to publishing and sharing content in Power BI. So once again, thank you for your attendance. So thank you for joining to this today's meetup session, and enjoy the session, and see you on June 11th, 2021. And due to some issues, today Faraz Shehi will be host of this event. So I hope and strongly believe that he will make this event more attractive, more interesting, and more fun. So now it's your stage, Mr. Oz and Faraz. Here you are.
Oh, Nabil is trying to get in. Oh, so Faraz is the host.
Yes, Faraz is the host. Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. Um. So
Yes. Okay.
is it me or Faraz next?
Muted. I'm really sorry about that. Okay, so welcome everybody to the meetup for Baku, Azerbaijan. If I say Saudi Arabia, so then just please excuse me because I also take meetups in Saudi Arabia. But today, thank you very much, Elgar, for giving me this opportunity to be your co-host for this meetup for Azerbaijan. Uh, as you know, for Azerbaijan, this event has been started. The meetup has been started 2-3 months back, and we have been continuously doing the meetups, and it's been great to see a lot of people connecting. And right now, we are also working with Azerbaijan Excel Days. So in coming days, we will be hosting an event with Excel Days Azerbaijan. So where we will be inviting the great Excel MVPs, some speakers, and most probably it will be coming in the May 2022. So we are doing right now this work. This is just an base work right now, what is happening. So we thought in this meetup event today, we would like to share this great news to all of you. And we hope that whoever is here, they will definitely join us and see in Azerbaijan, because there are a lot of beautiful places which Elgar is always mentioning before his meetup, So I got a lot of attracted by those places. So I'm definitely going to be there, and we will see some great names coming up soon. So make sure that you please share about Azerbaijan Excel Days, and make sure that you tag it with hashtag Azerbaijan Excel Days 2022, and so that way we know that okay, you're following us, and you can even follow us that hashtag. So we have Oz du Soleil. Oz is a wonderful personality. When it comes to showing magic on the screen, he has all his great stuff. And today he's here. We welcome you, Oz. Uh,
Thank you.
Thank you so much for giving your time. And we wanted to learn something great. We learned a lot of things great in Excel on Fire. Now today it's time for Camtasia on Fire. So stage is all yours, Oz, and just let the stage on fire now.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Faraz and Ilgard. Thanks for everybody for being here. And is Jared here? Because Jared commented. I asked, oh, Nabil is here. Um, all right. Um, I'd asked about, what people want to know about Camtasia or making video. And then he mentioned the one where I showed how to do 4 ways to create a solution. So please, if you see something, if you please just ask questions. All right, let's make this truly interactive and conversational. So when making a video, gotta come up with an idea, right? What am I gonna teach? And then I also think about a theme, or what is gonna hold the video together. So with this video, I had worked with somebody and they did have something going on where they needed help. And then I was thinking there's so many ways of doing this. So why don't I make a video showing 4 ways to do the same thing, going from the purely manual to a solution where Excel is doing most of the work. So let me show you. I'll share my screen. This is what the edited video looks like. All right. So here, if you remember, if you've seen this video, this is the one where I said, okay, what do we have to do? Because there's when we're working with Excel, what are we doing? Are we trying to impress other Excel users? No. We need to win. We need to end confusion and end the TISLUB. All right. So now what I will show you is over here in the media bin where all of the assets are. This was created in PowerPoint and then saved as a picture and then brought in to Camtasia, because Camtasia is kind of tough to work with text, like this victory. I can't get a border around a letter, and that's really difficult. Say if you've got a background with a lot of contrast, it can be hard to get just a letter to pop out and be visible. It helps to put a border around it, and that's easy to do in PowerPoint. Save it as a picture and then bring it in. All right. So let's see. let's get into how I would start. How I start videos, I'll record, and then I try to keep my screen capture and the audio on the first track. I try not to put anything here. So let me see if I can grab it. Okay. So there's nothing on that track. So I always know what's there. And then there's me. I try to keep myself on track 2. But why I'm up here is because I wanted a certain type of transition. I didn't want to completely fade out and then fade in. I wanted what's called a crossfade, so that they were coming in and out at the same time. Okay, and you can see the overlap right here. All right, so that's why those are not on the same track with the rest. All right, and then I'll show you back in the media bin. This clip was 16 minutes, this is 7 minutes, and this one is 40 minutes. So that's how much raw footage to get down to a video that's 6 minutes and 12 seconds. Right, so I start by bringing all the stuff in and then get rid of all mistakes or anything that's excessive, anything I'm not going to use. And then I make sure that the video is still coherent. And only then do I start thinking about transitions and annotations and stuff. All right, so let's see. So it would start with 2 tracks and then the annotations, like right here. Let's see. I want to know how many first, second, and all right, so there the highlights came in. Are in this list. Now, Indigo is the first connection. Indigo's 39. All right. So we've got an animated sketch box. And also I'll show you in my library, no, in my favorites, I have that. I don't have to make this box over and over again. And if I want to make a favorite, I can go to annotations, and let's say that I want to make this a favorite, then I click that gold star and then it shows up as my favorites. And these are the things that I use a lot. So I don't have to dig them out every time. All right, so there's the transitions. And then Jared liked this progress bar. So where does that come from? That came from the TechSmith Assets Library. And I think it costs about $300 a year to use whatever videos and everything. And then we go back to the media bin, and here is how it looked originally. It had 3 bars. Okay, but I cropped it down to the 1 bar that I wanted to use. All right, and if I wanted to uncrop it, see, there's the whole thing. Okay. So please ask me any questions if you want. So another thing in this video. Did somebody say something?
Yeah, I have a question. Oh, sorry
Yes.
to interrupt. And hello, everyone. I'm Nabil Murad. How many cameras do you use, Oz? That's question number 1. Because I see you appearing from different angles or different sides. Yeah. So I'm wondering if you are using one single camera or you are using multiple cameras. That's number 1. Number 2, I would like to see in slow motion the transition between the multiple tracks, the tracks at 33 seconds.
Around 33 seconds.
Yeah, there are multiple tracks here, maybe track 4, 3, and 2. Yeah, this part. Yeah, I would like to see it in action.
Okay. Okay. All right. So first of all, I will I have one camera, and it is on a gooseneck clamped to my table. And so what I'll do is I'll say something like, all right, I got something serious to show you. And then I'll get up and I'll move the camera maybe like this. And then I'll say, it's serious.
Oh,
Right. And then just move it back.
I got the impression you are using 3, 4 cameras.
No, right. So I will do multiple takes with the same camera, because I might get real close and say, all right, this is serious. Or then this is serious.
Yes.
Yeah. And then when I'm editing, that's when I'll pick the one that I want to use.
I see. I
Yep.
see.
Okay, so you want to see the transition.
Do you script this stuff out before you do it, or do you just kind of roll with it? Is it all impromptu?
Oh, the mysterious Jared is here. All right.
Oh, yeah.
We picked this video because of you. So hold on to that question, and then Nabil wants to see this transition. We're gonna do in this video, got some crap data.
I see.
Yeah.
I
All
see.
right. And then you get this one like right here. Let's see, there's some overlap here.
Yes.
So there's a real crossfade, right? Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep, no problem. And Jared's question?
Yeah. Do you just roll with this, or is it impromptu, or do you actually script this thing out?
Okay,
And
so
have some idea of what you want? Do you have like an outline? And by the way,
no.
Let me just preface by saying thank you for doing this this demo. I'm a big fan of yours, and I really appreciate being invited to this. And I love your work. Just love it.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks. So it is not scripted. I will make myself some notes. If there is some complex thing that I have to do, I will put it on my other screen. So I've got two 40-inch monitors right here. And so I will have my work right here and my camera's right here. And then if I get into something, I got to make sure that I put the parentheses in the right place. I'll look over here and get it and then type it and then edit out me looking at the camera back and forth, get rid of that. Right. But if I had to write scripts, they wouldn't get written because writing is a slow process for me. And that's an interesting thing because I'm pulling off of my improv and storytelling background because going without a script or even a loose outline, it can cause a person to meander, get lost, and then you go back and try to fix it in the editing, and then things don't make sense anymore because of the things you cut out. So yeah, I'll have some notes and I go. Yep. All right.
Sorry for interrupting you. Sorry.
No problem.
Elbina Zahanova is asking, which version of Camtasia do you use?
Well, I'm using 2021 now. It came out a few weeks ago.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, no problem. All right, so let's see. With this one, my friend Happy did some countdown because I gave everybody some thinking time, and then here we go.
Method 1.
Wow.
The most manual, painful way. All right, so my friend Happy, I asked her if she would just record herself saying this stuff. And then this is my recording from PowerPoint. I decided I wanted to do the vortex transition because I sometimes want to do something that doesn't look like it's obviously Camtasia. Because you know that sketch box, you know certain Camtasia transitions. So I figured, let me change things up a bit and then use the vortex transition. So I set this up in Camtasia and then I recorded the screen. Okay, so there they all are. And then I bring them in.
Oz, you said you did this in PowerPoint?
Yes. Yes. And then I'm trying to find. Oh, there's Happy.
Method 1. Method 1. Method 1. Method 2.
All right, so I asked her, can you say method 1 through 4 and say them several times so that I can pick the one that I want to use. Right, then I cut it down and then put it all into place. All right. What else is there? There's also making a pop out. And I've seen Faraz do this. Okay, so let's see. I wanted that to be closer. Okay, so let's see what this is. This asset right here. Okay. This asset is exactly this. Okay, but I cropped it down. If I were to bring this back to its regular size, it would be all of Excel. Okay, but what I wanted is I wanted to bring this closer to the viewer. And so I copied that bottom track and then crop it down so that it's only that rectangle. And then add an animation right here so that it'll come out and position itself where I want it to be. All right, and people seem to appreciate that. Okay, let's see. All right. So any other questions? Because what happens from here is, you know, I've got the idea that I'm going to show these 4 methods. I got my friend to do the voiceovers. And now I've recorded the video, I've recorded the screen. Now I start thinking about what will help the viewer, like this annotation here, that language there, and then this language. What are we trying to do here? Okay, so I do that kind of thing in Camtasia as opposed to PowerPoint. All right, and then more text. Okay, right there. And I have in my library, I have my name. Okay, where is that? Yep. So I don't have to create this every time. It's in my library, ready for me to drop it when I'm ready for it. Okay.
I have a question.
Yep.
How much time it takes for a video to record and trim it to the 6 minutes video? How much time have you taken for recording? Because it's very important to know that.
Yeah. This kind of a thing is like 15 hours. All of this, 11 tracks worth of content, all synced up.
Does that include the time it takes you to record all this too?
Well, the recording isn't so bad. So I had that one raw clip that was 40 minutes. So then, yeah, go ahead. 15 hours and 40 minutes. I don't know. Right. So let's see. Once I have gotten a lot of this stuff in place, and then the music is last. That's always last because I need to know how much music I need. So like right here, first of all, this progress bar is got a clip speed on it. So it is moving 0.6, a little more than half of its original speed. All right, because that's all I needed. And then I had to find the music to put in. Okay, so there is the music. And if I had put this in too early, I would have had problems with getting it to fit where it needed to fit. So here we go here.
Oz, how do you decide what music to use, and where are you sourcing this music from?
Okay, so that is part of the TechSmith library. So they have audio and video clips, and then they do have images.
Is that
Right.
part of that $300 a year subscription?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. All of those are.
It sounds like it's worth it to get something like that.
Well, yeah. There's a lot of sources for music, but a lot of them seem to be priced for professional people or people who don't need that much. Like I did go to, I think it's Audio Hive, and spent a fair amount of money for an audio clip because I was using that as like my intro music. And it was worth paying the money because I only had that one use for it. But when I've got so many assets here, so many different sound effects and whatnot, that would be too expensive. So it's good. I've liked the TechSmith library because it's priced for, just being able to play and develop.
I saw earlier this week, TechSmith did their 2021 demo just to let everybody know what the new features were, and they showcased the ability to edit the audio. I get, but it's a separate subscription you have to get. Is that something else that you use as well, or no?
I'm not aware of that. I need to find out.
Okay.
But when my friend Happy sent me her recording, I put it into Audacity to add some reverb to it so that it sounded more game show like. Again, and Audacity is free. It can be hard to learn, so I've put a lot of time into fiddling around with it until I got something that sounded good. All right. So let's see.
We have questions Oz here.
Okay.
Elvina has a question. What is the size of the video at the end? Elvina, you mean to say about this video or a general one?
I think
everyone about this video. I mean this video.
Okay,
right.
Great.
I am not sure how big this video is. I can try to find out. Right, but
it's possible to know after saving it.
Mm-hmm. Well, this project file is huge, but then the videos wind up being maybe 600 megs, roughly.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. But yeah, the originals are huge. And one thing that I do when I'm done with a video is, okay, go here to the library and right click, delete unused media, because I'll have images that I thought I was going to use and didn't use. I'll bring in music that After a while, I realize it's not working. So then I will go find something else. And once I'm done, then right click, delete unused media. Anything that's not in the media, in the tracks will go away. Okay. And then there's the export zipped project. And that is important because these assets in this bin, they are not in the project. They're wherever they're stored. And so if I were to go and delete this or move it to a different file, then I open this up, it's going to be holes because it's just what they call a handshake. It's not in the file. And so what I do after I delete unused assets, then I will export zipped project, and it zips all of the assets into one zipped file, and I don't have to worry about if I delete something or move it. Okay. So let's see. Anything else?
Another question about music, Oz.
Yep.
I use music from one single source, which is the YouTube audio library. And I'm wondering if the music from TechSmith library is free for monetization. It enables monetization when you post to YouTube.
Yes. And that's one huge benefit. That's a selling point of it. Yeah. Now,
I previously purchased music and I paid a lot of money for that. And I got like I don't know what they call it, the strike.
Copyright strike.
Copyright strike, exactly.
Yep.
Well, I was wondering, I paid a lot of money for that. Why is it not eligible for monetization?
Right. Yeah, you got to look at those terms, and then the terms can be complicated. But the library, the assets library, yeah, is fine for YouTube. And yes, I do get copyright strikes once in a while, and I dispute them and say I have this subscription. And then there's even a button inside there. If there is a copyright strike, you can click on the clip. Let's see if I can show that. Yeah, click on the clip and ask for TechSmith's help in resolving an issue. Okay, let's see. So here's the videos, and then here's the music. And then if I click this, see, resolve copyright claim.
Oh,
right.
That's excellent.
Yeah. So if I use this and then I get emailed a copyright strike, I appeal it on the YouTube side and then come over here and click this.
Very good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. No problem. Oh, and one thing that how I pick music is sometimes I'll do things like, what do I want? I want meditative. And then I don't want the free ones. No, because anybody can get the free ones. And then I'll listen. Got to listen to it in different places, because if listening to the first part, it can sound perfect. And then you get into the middle of the song and all of a sudden you hear people saying, oh, yeah, baby, huh. I said, wait a minute. So I look at it and I check it in several places before I import it. Right, because I've been burned so many, or a saxophone starts playing. Because, when you get into the nuances of these things, like high frequencies will cut through, like guitars. And so something will sound great. Doom, 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 and that's exactly what I want. And then later on, he goes, No. So now I either have to find something else or clip off the part that I like and then match it up perfectly so that I can get more out of it. So it's pretty cool. And then you can go to and then the sound effects. So I want to slam. Okay, so that's got some reverb on it. I like the reverb. Okay, so maybe I'll download that one and then put that in a certain place. Like I might say, you know something? We are not doing that today. And then, right, and then go black, no fade. So it's all these artistic decisions. Okay, let's see. So there we go, playing with. I think about how I'm going to get into the video and get out of the video. And one thing I try to do is I can be jokey or dramatic in the beginning or end, and then kind of minimize and tease it in the middle, because I don't want to have all the theatrics overshadow the lesson. So I'll play with the theme throughout, but keep the big stuff in the front and the back. Yeah, what's happening here? It's like that. And this is where a lot of the time goes. Let me zoom in on here. A lot of time goes to lining this stuff up perfectly so that, here we go. All right, so it went black at the same time as this sound effect happened. And it can be a lot of time, this is slightly too early or slightly too late. Okay, but fortunately, I enjoy this stuff. Let's see. So I showed you the pop out, the vortex. Oh, and when I'm done, I've deleted unused content, zipped the file, and then it's uploading. I will go over to rev.com and order captions. Okay, and so let's see, order captions. I'll tell it what video, so pull it directly from YouTube, and then it'll show me my videos. Which ones do I want to caption for? And it's like $1.10 per minute to have captions done. And after a few hours, YouTube will post some captions on a video, but they're all messed up. And I used to spend time going through and correcting the YouTube transcription, but I felt like, let me just pay somebody, and it's worked out. I'm happy with it, but sometimes the captions can come back not ideal. Okay, but I'm better to have this service available than to have me doing this all the time. Okay, and then I want to show you. This is how I do my thumbnails. Okay, so I've done a video, and then I say, okay, I want my next thumbnail to maybe look like this one. So I'll right click duplicate the slide, and then move this, and then maybe this is a maybe I'm doing a video that says it's 4 warnings, and then I'll change the title, maybe move things to the left side instead of the right side. But all of my thumbnails are all in one place, and I can start all over again and kind of keep a theme running. All right, so then once the thumbnail is done, and then I go to File, and then Save As, and then save it as a JPEG.
As for the pictures of yourself that are in these icons here, do you have these pictures taken behind a green screen and then remove turn them into a PNG file, or how exactly are you getting your images on here?
I will take an image and then use the remove background feature in PowerPoint. So if it was like, so not that one, but this one had a background on it. So picture format, remove background. Okay.
Oh,
so now you can see all the stuff that was actually behind me.
Oh, wow.
Right.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah. And it's a lot of fiddling, to get it right, but that's how I do it. Yep. And I'm not going to save that. Another thing is, for the past few weeks, I've had a green screen behind me. And in my last 2 videos, I used the green screen. It's down because it is hard to get it right. And I'm always looking for, but is it good enough? I wasn't even happy with good enough. I didn't feel like I could get good enough. And I will show you, and some of you, if you've seen that video, excuse me, we'll go over here to it.
Yeah, like I did a lot of green screening, and I had to get my wife involved because she's really good with Photoshop. And that's how she removed the background, and it was a lot of work. Yeah. That's why I was curious how you did it.
Yeah. So this was with the green screen in my living room, and right there, that's a hole. I noticed a green tint on my glasses. Right. And so there were times where I would move my head and it would be even more pronounced. Let's see.
And then we had to work with
see right
in Power Query. Crazy. Let's check this.
All right. So and there's even this faint green line around me. Okay, I could live with that, but I couldn't live with this hole in my glasses. And then to realize that it was in yeah, it was a glare in my glasses. It's tough enough just getting the green screen lit properly, and then I got to pay attention to the clothes I wear. I probably couldn't wear this in front of the green screen. So now I'm thinking about, what am I going to wear? So it was like, okay, I've gone down this rabbit hole deep enough. I'm coming back out and roll this thing up until one day when I do want to deal with it.
So just cut me off if I'm asking too many questions. I hate to dominate the meeting here, but I'm glad you brought that up with the shirts. I'm just curious, can you share with us where you're getting these shirts made? Because some of them are just unbelievable. They're just so cool.
So I found a place that will make one garment. Most places want you to buy at least 25. So it's Team Wear Athletics. They have a design page where you can pick your garment, whether it's some or hoodie or whatever, and then design it there. But they won't sell to the public. You have to find a retailer who will place the order with them, and you buy it from the retailer.
Which retailer do you use?
Bashers, Bashor''S. They're here in Portland. But because of COVID, I still placed my orders with them, but then they had the garments sent directly to me, so I didn't have to go to the store. Right. So, so any other questions? Any other Camtasia questions? Anything you want to see? Yes.
Rahim Zulfikar Ali is asking, how do you create ideas for storytelling about your videos? Means connecting everything like music, text art, Excel topic, and some fun.
Okay. Let me think about this here. So they come from a lot of ways, a lot of different perspectives. Let me think. Like the video where I compared text to column, column by example against flash fill, and I'm playing around with some ideas before I start to record, and then I start to see like flash fill did something right, and then columns by example, it just broke. Eventually it just had a bunch of nulls in the column, and then I thought to myself, column by example just gave up and died. Oh, okay, there's a theme. All right, so then I go and I look for a skeleton to have that drop down, and fully just go all in with it, and then go into the assets library and find some organ music, right? And then start to put it all together. What else? A lot of it is mood. Did I feel like triumphant when I did something? I said, all right, when you get this, you will have your Excel swagger. This is serious. Or I found something crazy. It's crazy. So now I got to think about crazy. Right. So it's grabbing something and just having fun with it.
So you get your boogie mask also from there, Oz? Boogie mask.
So sometimes they'll come from there, and then I think the masks you're talking about, they were from like a Halloween store website. Yeah. And I just think, okay, I just hope I don't get in trouble, but that's where those come from. And I'm glad you bring that up, because one of the videos where I did that, it was a project where I worked with a photographer, and his problem was he will get a project and then he'll give a quote, but then when he goes to get it framed, his quote was way too low. And so he would get this shock. And so, bah, here comes the scary clown. Ah! So I think about, how can I show somebody getting a bad surprise? Okay, a scary clown is a bad surprise. And then spend time looking for the right one.
Then we get the roaster also, Oz, wearing that socks. Roaster with the socks.
Oh my gosh. That came from, why do you remember that? So I was watching TV one night, and there was a challenge put to these people. And the guy says, man, I don't know how I'm gonna put the socks on that rooster. I thought that was a hilarious. So then the challenge that I came up with for my next video was, it was kind of hairy. I said, yeah, this is gonna be like putting socks on a rooster. So then I will go and see if I can find footage of a chicken or a rooster. And sometimes I will come across a clip and I say, I like that clip. And then I might use that as the entry point to the video's mood or theme. It was when I did the one with the Grand High Empress of Excel kidnapping me and taking me off into some remote area outside Portland. That came about because I saw some dark road footage on the library. Okay, I can build a whole story around this. So it's playing, giving yourself permission to play. And then one thing I like about YouTube is there's always the next video. This one doesn't have to be perfect. It's got to deliver on, are people getting what they expect from me? Am I teaching? Okay. Now some sound effect might be a little bit out of place, but after a while it's time to render the video and go. And sometimes I might have wanted to develop an idea a little further. No, that could be another 4 hours. This video delivers what people expect from me, and it's time to render it and post it. So any other questions?
I know that also you have course regarding Camtasia. So my question is that after attending your course, will attendant be able to do at least 50 or 60% of you what you have shown up to now?
Yes. Yes, as far as the content that's here with the transitions, trying to keep organized, making the annotations, yes. And then I can't teach creativity. I can't teach people to have fun. You have to supply the fun.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
that's your
Absolutely
personality,
right.
your
Right.
fingerprint in the video.
Your what?
Your fingerprint in the video.
Yes, yes, exactly. Exactly. So
By the way, I have
yeah.
dropped the link for Oz course, so it's already there in the chat description.
Yeah.
So if anybody feel free to check that out
And one of the
grab this amazing
videos,
course.
yeah, and one of the videos in the course is 48 minutes where I go through and show, okay, here I am starting with the raw video and here is the process all the way to getting the video rendered. So let's see. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen unless somebody else wants to see anything. But yeah.
So
I hope that was useful, and please do ask any other questions.
Oz, I got a slightly off-topic question, more about the lighting that you use. Are you using LED lights, or how do you set the lighting in your office there or your studio?
That can be a tough one because I've got these two 40-inch monitors. I had an LED light with an umbrella that was over in this corner, and then I got the next monitor, and now that's gone. So it's tricky. So sometimes I will put something white up over on this monitor while I'm working on this monitor. Also, I do have a small light here and this is a diffuser. This is frosted paper. So I can, because, and if I did it like this, see, now that's too harsh. And so with the diffusion, it helps to so that it's not so garish.
And for the purple lighting, were those LED
Oh,
lights? Or...
no, that is a blue light bulb. It's just a blue light bulb that I put behind me.
Amazing.
But then I also have to close the blinds and everything if it's during the day.
And I love the hats. That's just what an amazing, and it sets the mood perfectly. So just brilliant.
Thanks. Yeah, and and I appreciate my audience for joining me in this adventure of playing with video, having fun. Because I didn't know how people would react. I thought they might say, "Shut
Yeah,
up with
but
all of that." Huh?
It's very rare. It's very rare.
Mm-hmm.
You're a storyteller, and you've been a couple of other people asked you about that, and it's really true. That's what kind of makes it fun to learn Excel from you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Is I almost feel like I'm watching a movie or reading a book or something like that, because it's just like it's a story, and it's one that you made up, and
yeah,
I think that's kind of I think that's what kind of makes it uniquely yours, honestly. So
thanks.
very
Yeah,
good
and
stuff.
it's a lot because I feel like whenever we're in front of people, it is a performance. So we have to be there, gotta dress in a way that we at least thought about it. Don't just roll out of bed and then just here's the shirt I slept in. It doesn't mean putting on a tie either. So it's costumes, thinking about costumes, and then using the improv and the storytelling skills and the humor, and thinking about like the one video, there was a knock on the door. I looked at the peephole. There was this lady out there. She had some whiskey. And I opened the door. I said, "Look, I know what this is about. You got an Excel question.